They say golf is a gentleman's game, peaceful, quiet, serene. But behind that stillness is a war. A silent war fought with yourself, your past, your future, and the very idea of perfection. No screaming fans, no roaring stadiums, just the wind, your breath, and that tiny white ball judging you. You think it's easy to be a golfer? You think it's long walks, green lawns, and polite applause. Let me tell you something, it sucks to be a golfer, because when you're out there, STARING down a par 4 on a Sunday afternoon, every missed shot feels like a public breakdown. There are no teammates to hide behind, no clock to run down, just you and the endless replay in your mind of what you did wrong. And still, people mock. You play a rich man's sport. How hard can it be? It's not even real athletics, but they never see the hours alone on the driving range, hitting balls until your hands bleed. They don't understand what it's like to play the same course, the same hole over and over, just to shave off half a stroke. To all the golfers watching this, whether you ray fighting for your tour card or battling the yips at your local club, this one S for you. You know that gut punch feeling when your swing goes south and suddenly you can't fix it. You try everything. Change your grip, your stance. You watch slow-mo replays, hire new coaches, even let AI dissect your biomechanics frame by frame. Nothing works. And suddenly, you're a ghost of your former self. It's like a cruel magic trick. One day, you're locked in, striping the ball. The next, it's like you forgot how to play the game entirely. And unlike other sports, golf doesn't forgive you. There's no adrenaline to carry you. There's no contact to hide the mental collapse. There's only precision or disaster. This sport messes with your mind in ways people don't talk about. That soft smile you see on camera, sometimes it's masking absolute chaos. People think of golf as a leisure sport. They don't know that some pros suffer panic attacks mid-round. They don't know about the players who develop full-blown anxiety disorders just from the pressure of having to sink 5-foot putts for their livelihood. And social media doesn't help. One bad round and the trolls swarming. You're washed. Can't even make a cut. Choker. Daddy's money bought that swing. Imagine working your whole life for one moment and then having millions judge you for a missed birdie. Now, add in sponsorships, those corporate contracts that come with invisible handcuffs. One emotional outburst. One curse caught on mic. You're branded unmarketable, gone, blacklisted. Because in golf, you're not just playing for a trophy or a brand, a walking logo, a smile and khakis. You want to talk about the pressure of performance. Try standing over a putt worth $1.2 million with your mortgage, your reputation, your confidence hanging on it, and then watch it lip out. Try sleeping after that. But let's rewind for a second. Let's talk about the junior grind. That's where the madness starts. Most elite golfers started before they could tie their own shoes, tiny plastic clubs. Parent coaches with dreams bigger than their kids. Tournaments every weekend. No sleepovers. No parties. Just drills, repetition, and pressure. And the worst part, you can be the best kid in your state, win every amateur championship, and still be nothing in the pro ranks. Because out here, everyone was the best, everyone's hungry, and no one cares about your junior medals. In 2025, the game's changed again. AI isn't everything now. Your swing is analyzed to the millisecond. Your putting arc has a heat map. Coaches use motion, sensors, neural swing mapping, and even simulated pressure rounds. And yet, with all that data, the human part still breaks. No AI can fix a broken mind. And let's talk injuries. Oh, you thought golf was soft? Try a herniated disc from a decade of torque and bad posture. Try tendonitis in your elbows, knees, and wrists. Try grinding through pain for 72 holes because you can afford to WD and lose your sponsor as faith. Tiger Woods didn't become a legend just for winning. He became a legend because he kept winning, even when his body was screaming. And yet, no one claps for the pain. No one sees the ice baths at midnight, the cortisone injections, the anti-inflammatories just to get through a round. It's a lonely sport. That's something people don't understand. You're constantly traveling week after week, country after country. Hotel rooms blur together. Family becomes a phone call. Your circle shrinks until it's just you, your caddy, and the voice in your head saying, "Don't blow this." You can go months without making a cut. And when you're not making money, you're losing money. Flights, hotels, entry fees. Your mental health starts slipping. Depression creeps in. But you smile for the cameras. Because if you show weakness, the endorsements vanish. Behind every viral highlight is a breakdown you never saw. That clutch eagle on 18. Maybe the guy hadn't eaten a proper meal in 3 days. Maybe he was on the verge of quitting. Maybe that was his last shot. And still, he made it look effortless. That's the lie golf tells. It makes suffering look elegant. You ever wonder why some golfers suddenly vanish from leaderboards? Where they went? Maybe they got injured. Maybe they burned out. Or maybe they just couldn't handle it anymore. Because in this game, no one claps for the almost greats. Let's talk about the mental collapse. The moment when a golfer stops trusting himself. It doesn't happen all at once. It's gradual. A few missed fairways. A short game that won't cooperate. A voice that starts whispering, "What if you never get it back?" You try to grind through it. Extra hours on the range, mindfulness apps, visualization, sports therapists, nothing clicks, and suddenly, you're lost. You're not just trying to win anymore. You're trying not to disappear. And then, there's the comeback culture. Everyone loves a comeback story, right? But what they don't tell you is that comebacks are brutal. You don't just train harder. You rebuild your entire identity. You fire coaches. You second-guess your routines. You isolate. You push through another layer of pain. And you pray that something breaks through the fog. Because this game doesn't give you wins. You steal them. Still think it's easy to be a golfer? Let me give you one more truth. When the cameras stop rolling and the sun sets on a blown lead, the worst part isn't the scorecard. It's the silence. The kind that screams everything you did wrong. And yet, you come back. You return to the course before sunrise. You chase perfection knowing it might never come. You endure the humiliation, the mockery, the self-doubt because in that one swing, that one pure connection. You remember why you started. Golf doesn't just break you. It tests what's left of you. Now, picture this. You're on hole 17, and you've just double bogeyed 16. You're sweating. Not from the sun, but from the weight of expectation. Your caddy offers a yardage, but your mind is scrambled. Your hands tremble slightly, not from the club, but from the thoughts. What if I miss again? You line up your shot, heart pounding, not just because of the game, but because of the guy in the gallery who flew 6 hours just to watch you collapse. No one claps. Just one awkward cough. One camera click. One whisper. He's choking again. This isn't just one moment. This is every moment. This is golf when no one tells you how much it'll hurt to love it. When you miss, you replay the swing in your head all night. When you win, you're told, well, the field was weak. Even your victories are dissected, analyzed, stripped of joy. It's death by 1,000 cuts, and every cut has a sponsor's logo stitched onto it. Now, let's talk about the money. Sure, people think golfers are rolling in it. Big prize pools, endorsements, country club deals. But do you know what it costs to chase the dream? Entry fees. Travel, private coaching, nutritionists, mental conditioning. Gear. Flights. Caddies, hotel rooms, more travel, more flights, more coaches. Most pros don't break even on the lower circuits. They grind for years before even sniffing the PGA or live. And the ones who don't make it, forgotten, quietly pushed out of the dream factory. Even the ones who do make it spend every week defending their spot like it's war. Golf is lonely. Not just the walk down the fairway alone. Not just the solo hotel nights. But emotionally lonely. Because everyone thinks you have it easy. You're not really an athlete. You don't get tackled. You don't run plays. But you're hurting all the same inside. In your head. In your gut. You ever try to concentrate while your brain screams at you? Don't slice. Don't choke. Don't be you again. Now amplify that voice by 10,000. That's what social media does. Every missed putt becomes a meme. Every bad outfit, a joke. Every quiet moment, a sign that you're mentally weak. You want to know what sucks? Golf doesn't forgive. Golf punishes hesitation. Golf turns confidence into comedy. And worst of all, golf remembers that one time you lost the Masters on the 72nd hole. That's your new name. The guy who blew it. The girl who choked. It doesn't matter how many cuts you made. Or how many tournaments you quietly placed top 10. No one cares. Golf, at its core, is a game that makes you look in the mirror after every shot. And you won't always like what you see. It's one of the only sports where self-sabotage is visible, shot by shot, and for K, from 12 different angles. And even then the world expects you to smile. Smile after losing the lead. Smile after snapping your putter. Smile while holding the second place trophy. Because you're lucky to even be here, right? That's what they say. But they don't see the empty hotel rooms, the $1,800 flight delay, the missed birthdays, the sleep apnea from jet lag and pressure, the stiff neck from another cramped economy seat at 3 a.m. They don't see the guilt, the loneliness, the constant second-guessing. They just see a dude in a polo shirt hitting a ball in slow motion. Let's talk mental health. It's not trending in golf yet, not like it should be. You don't hear golfers talk about depression, or anxiety, or burnout. Because in golf, silence is strength. You don't break. You don't vent. You don't post cryptic quotes on Instagram. You just grind. But behind the grind is a brain that sometimes breaks. And no one ever teaches golfers how to fix it. They teach you how to fix your swing plane, your putting arc, your grip pressure, but not your panic attacks, not your insomnia, not your sense of shame. And when you do speak up, people call you soft. They say you're not grateful. They say you've lost the fire. But the truth is golf burns people out differently. It's a quiet burn, a silent spiral. You don't crash, you erode. And when you're gone, golf doesn't notice. Someone else fills the tee time. Someone else cashes the check. Someone else signs the next Titleist deal. And just like that, you're another swing that never made the highlight reel. So why do they stay? Why do golfers keep playing this brutal, isolating, unforgiving game? Because when it works, it's magic. Because one clean drive can feel like freedom. Because one perfect putt can make you believe in God. Because sometimes the ball listens, and when it does, when everything aligns, the grass, the club, the rhythm, the heart, it's poetry, and you chase that high again and again and again. But just know next time you see a golfer collapse on the green, it's not just the missed putt, it's everything they've carried to that hole. The pressure, the silence, the fight no one else sees. Because behind every golf swing is a storm. So, if you've ever judged a golfer for folding under pressure, ask yourself, could you survive a sport that never hugs back? Could you play perfect knowing one mistake means being called a fraud? Could you love something that breaks your heart every single day? Now that you've seen the other side of the green. If this story hit you, smash that like button. If you've ever battled burnout, pressure, or been misunderstood for chasing a dream, drop a comment. Let's talk. And if you're not already subscribed, you're missing stories that no one else dares to tell. Hit subscribe because tomorrow's video, it's about a tennis legend who almost quit the night before winning a Grand Slam. You don't wanna miss it. Golf hurts, but sometimes telling the truth about it heals.